Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittney Bundles, and today's video is going to be all about how to make an ebook. Very simple, okay? And I'm excited to make this video because when I was considering creating an ebook, I was overthinking it. I thought it was going to take so much time. I thought it was going to be something that I would do, but I really wouldn't enjoy doing it. I didn't know how much I would make from it. And I want to let you all know that once I actually created the ebook, got everything done, put it on the market to sell, started receiving sales, I sat back and I thought to myself, wow, this was so much easier than what I anticipated. And wow, I'm generating so many orders and I'm actually getting a good profit, you know? I created my ebook around the time when COVID first came up. And I did it because I needed to find some way to make additional money. You know, I needed another income stream. I'm a mom, I have bills, I had, expenses, day-to-day expenses, food, lights, just clothes, the stuff that we need. I needed to have money to pay for those items. And I sell hair extensions. So my website is badchickhair.com. I sold hair extensions at that time as well. And there were a lot of different things going on with receiving items in the mail because of, like I said, when the virus first came. And so I'm like, okay, what can I do through social media? I already had YouTube, but like I said, I wanted additional revenue. So what else can I do? And the ebook popped into my mind. So with my hair business, I offer drop shipping services. And I also offer different business tools and services to help others start their hair business. And some are starting their hair business purchasing hair in bulk, through wholesale. Some start their hair businesses through drop shipping with me. And so I created a book going over how to upscale your hair business. So how to take your business from drop shipping to buying in bulk, because when you buy in bulk, you do get the bigger profit. And so I sat down and I'm going to go over the steps that I did and how easy it was for me to create this book. I hope these tips are useful for you. So before we get into the video, if you are interested in this video, if you like topics like this, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Also, please make sure that you are subscribed. Please subscribe and turn on your post notification bell. I like to create videos daily. Been on a daily run this month, with the exception of yesterday. I actually recorded a video. It was my podcast episode, and I was going over some credit repair tips, but I did not like the sound quality in that video, so I'm going to be redoing that. But I have a lot of different things on this channel. How to make mobile money, additional revenue streams, credit tips, tutorials. I go over a lot of stuff here, business insights. So be sure to subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and let's become a community. Let's stick with each other. Let's stay connected. But without further ado, we're going to get right into the video. So the first tip that I want to go over is, number one, decide on your topic. So I really recommend you picking a topic, especially if you're an entrepreneur already. If you have a business already, I recommend picking a topic that you're familiar with, picking a topic that you can sell with your products and or services. So let's say that you have a boutique, a clothing boutique. I would consider topics along the lines of how to upscale your clothing boutique, how to get started with a clothing boutique, how to name your clothing boutique, just different things like that, because that's going to not just share what you know, but it's going to also couple right into what you're selling and what you're doing now. So if someone comes into your boutique, online or in person, and they're like, I want to learn how to do this myself, or if they're not even thinking that, maybe they're just shopping and browsing, but they see that you have information on how they can do the exact same thing, that's going to attract more buyers. So you always want to think about a topic, number one, that you're comfortable with talking about, that you know about, and not just that you've researched and read verbatim and you're telling someone verbatim what it is, but something that you're comfortable with and that you have experience in, because it's going to give you the ability to write the book in your own words. It's going to give your supporters the opportunity to get to know you more, and it helps grow your support base. Okay, it also gives you more confidence when you are looking to sell the ebook, because I know when I don't put out my best work, I don't want to really promote it. Like I mentioned, I recorded a podcast episode, but it's not posted here because I'm not proud of it. I did not like the sound quality. I posted it on my podcast, on my podcasters app and went out to like Spotify, Apple Music, and things like that. And then when I listened to it this morning, just driving, I'm like, I don't like this quality. So I took it down. So if you're not confident with what you're selling or what you're doing or what you're producing, you're not really going to want to promote it. And you want to promote this ebook because you want people to get this information, and you also want to make money from it. So decide on your topic is number one. All right. Are you ready for number two? Number two is create chapters. Okay. So after I decided my topic, I went ahead and I wrote out how many chapters I'm going to have, and I wrote each chapter name. So I started with my intro. I started with, whatever chapter name I wanted to go with. And then that helped me better create my ebook because I knew what each chapter was going to talk about, and I knew what order I wanted to talk about each topic in. So I had a good flow instead of me just writing my book and then going back and trying to rename the titles. I've had some people that have come to me and explained that they were having trouble organizing their ebook, and they've been working on their ebook for a very long time. And I asked them, did you already create the chapters? And they're like, no, I'm just writing the ebook and I'll go back for the chapters. I think that that's a harder way to do it, but we all write and produce differently. So if it's easier for you to do it that way, by all means, do it that way. But what worked for me was for me to outline the chapters. That way it also helps me keep track of how long my ebook was going to be. And that's important too, how long the ebook is going to be, because you don't want it to be at a length where the majority of people purchasing aren't going to read all the way through it. And then you don't want it to be so short that it's like a pamphlet and not really an ebook. You also want to keep in mind that if you are looking at having additional help, do like the formatting and grammatical checks and things like that, which I did have. I hired someone through Fiverr to do my grammatical. I also hired them to format my ebook and to create the images, okay? So I sent them over some images that I wanted to use, like my face, the same picture that I used for my website, Badge Your Care, but I wanted it to be designed differently. So I was able to send those images over, have them design it, and they asked me if I liked it or not, and we were able to work together on that. So if you are looking at getting or hiring someone to help you format the book with the pictures, the images and things like that, keep in mind that a lot of people charge like for formatting based on the length of the book, and for grammatical errors, they are going to look at how many words you have. Okay, so keep that in mind too. I'm not saying shorten your book just because of that, but I'm saying keep all of those factors in mind. Okay. The next thing that I want to go over is your ebook template. So are you going to hire someone to do the, to have the ebook template for you? There are different ebook templates, or you can do it yourself. I have my little note here that I want to open and share with you all. On my note, I wrote different websites that you can go to get ebook templates. So the first one is Canva. I have been loving Canva. I've used Canva in the past, but I've never really dove into using Canva like I am now until I got a client that was interested in me creating and editing different flyers. And so that really challenged me to dive deeper into Canva. And Canva has a lot of cool things. If you take the time to really get on there and try your best at editing, thumbnails or flyers or whatever, just to get practice, and you start seeing some of the things they have, I'm sure you're going to really enjoy Canva as well. Canva, like I said, it shocked me how much it had to offer and how interesting Canva was, and how much I had to work with. And like I said, if it wasn't for that client that I got that wanted me to do a lot of different edits, and I would create a flyer and they would send it back and say, no, I don't really like that, or yeah, I like this part, but can you do this way? And I really had to challenge myself. I thank God for that opportunity. I didn't see it as an opportunity to really grow like my Canva editing design skills at that point. I just looked at it as, me doing work for a client, but it really did help me. So look into Canva for a template for your ebook. Also, Adobe Express has templates. There's a website by the name of Crello. Hoping I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's Crello. You can also go to template.net. And you want to look for, if you're looking for like the right format, a lot of people use the EPUB format, okay? So it all depends on what you want to use, but that is something that's a common format. Another thing that you want to do is, like I just mentioned, have it formatted. So you can format it yourself, and you want to format it because you want people to be able to open up your ebook if they're reading like their tablet or on their computer or on their smartphone. You want it to look right, you know? Well, there is formatting that goes into that. You can format it yourself or you can have it done. Like I said before, I did go through Fiverr.com for formatting, for images, and to have my work double checked. Okay, so it's really not that difficult to create an ebook. Also, keep in mind too, with ebooks, there really aren't any rules as far as how long your book has to be, what your book has to entail. I've read multiple ebooks and none of the ebooks were the same. All of the ebooks were different lengths. All of the ebooks had a different vibe to it. Some of the ebooks had images, some of the ebooks did not. So you can really be creative as you want to with an ebook. I wrote my ebook literally in a night because I put out my topics that I wanted to talk about, and it was so easy once I saw the topic in front of me, like the chapter for the topic for the chapter in front of me. I was able to just really write and go on. And I started, after I wrote it out, then that's when I went on to Fiverr and I got the help for the grammatical, the images. I wanted the, you know, the certain images edited and, you know, the formatting and things like that. So it's really not that complicated. If you're like me, you may overthink things sometimes, but this is not one of the things that you want to overthink. I'll go into another video going over pricing and how I was able to promote my ebook and things like that if you're interested in learning more about it. But I didn't want this video to be super long. I just wanted to give you some tips on what you need to create your ebook. So again, we went over number 1, decide your topic. Number 2, create the chapters ahead of time. That really helped me. Check for grammatical, write your book and be free to write it. You know, don't feel like you have to have your book like anyone else's. Don't feel like you have to stick to certain rules. Like literally, like, you know, write your book in your own words. And a lot of people are going to gravitate toward it because it's written in your words, especially if you already have a platform and people are used to how you talk. People are used to some of your ideas and they're used to how you see certain, you know, topics and certain points. They can pick up you in that book. Okay. And then also templates. I went over some websites for templates. I went over how I did my formatting. Those are really the biggest tips that I can provide. Like I said, it didn't take too long to create my ebook. You don't want to overthink it. You want to make sure that all of the information is there. And then you want to just go for it, literally go for it, you know? So I really hope that this video helped. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Remember, if you want information on how I was able to sell my ebook, how I promoted my ebook, where I sold my ebook at, where I sell it at, any information like that, be sure to leave a comment down below and just comment part 2. Comment part 2 and I'll know what you mean. Thanks so much for watching and I'll talk to you all in the next video. Bye.